Yo, what's up guys, we're back. This time we're going to be doing Kanojo and Uwaki. They dropped like a week ago, and I was just really considering whether I should make a video in covering the series. I feel like it's going to be one of the bigger romance shonen kind of series for the foreseeable future. This and Lemon I feel like biggest contenders. Also Mayanaka, they're pretty good. But yeah, I've been reading it for probably a year or so. Basically since it's dropped I've been reading it. And yeah, we're on chapter 30 now. So yeah, we'll just hop straight into it really. So basically in the last few chapters, Yuta and Shinohara were going out and doing some stuff, just hanging out, and they encounter Reina, and one thing led to another, and Shinohara and Reina started, going at it a little bit because Reina still has like choosing signals, trying to get back together with Yuta. But I don't know, he's kind of like torn between whether he should or whether he shouldn't. But yeah, basically after their whole little debacle and whatever, we just kind of cut to the next day, and here, present day, we're at like college classes, and Yuta, daydreaming a little bit, runs into Ayaka, which really should be, in my opinion, is like the main love interest. Just like, it's like a sleeper build. Maybe my best girl is not how the story's gonna go, but I think it would be cool like to switch it up a little bit, not have the obvious main girl win. But yeah, basically they just talk together. Ayaka is kind of a little, I would say, she's starting to feel a little bit less connected to Yuta just because he's going through all this drama, whatever, and he's confused and lost a little bit, and she's not really a part of his life in that capacity anymore. So yeah, there's like a little banter back and forth. And yeah, I mean, first half of the chapter is kind of a little fan service, but it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Basically, they just are conversing about what's been going on, what's happened, how he kind of reconnected with Reina, and yeah, she just kind of doesn't feel as, I don't know what a good word would be, but she just doesn't feel as connected to Yuta like this, but it also feels like she wants to be more connected, like she's almost giving like a little signal or whatever. We'll see how this develops. There's a lot of love interest in this story, and basically there's a lot going on, which I like, but also there's a lot going on, so it's kind of hard to determine what's going to happen when you're only 30 chapters in. But yeah, so we'll just see how the direction of the story goes and go from there, really. After his little talk, he goes back to his apartment, and Shinohara's already waiting there for him, like usual, hanging out, and they're cooking food. Yeah, I mean, not too much is happening, just their same old banter back and forth. Yeah, disappointing fan service, man. It's just like, bro, I know they have to get people somehow, but like, oh my god, it's like, I feel like the story and the narrative is good enough where they don't really need to be doing all this. So what I would say about like this whole chapter and like their whole interaction now is to starting to think more about his relationship with Shinohara and how it could change, like potentially. Before, he wasn't really thinking about, how it could really develop into something bigger, like a deeper relationship. Because at first they were both kind of just like two broken-hearted people, and twist of fate put them together. Yeah. And basically just think about him and Shinohara could potentially just go farther in their relationship and how it could just develop into something more serious rather than just being friends. But yeah, that's just like a little short part, just one page that he's doing this. After this, they talk a little more, and Shinohara tries to bring up the discussion of Reina and how she just started like beefing with her, started arguing, started like, it's not really a fight, it's more of just like confronting her, because Shinohara doesn't really know the whole situation. No one really knows the whole situation except Reina, and she hasn't really explained it thus far in the series. So I mean, I don't know, it just feels like a little weird. We're at the point in the series where we don't know too much about like Yuta and like his real personality and like his goals and like what he's really thinking in his head. Like, it's hard to tell, like, is he in love with Reina still? Did he always like Ayaka? Is he developing some feelings towards Shinohara? It's like, we're too early in the series to really tell. It's too hard to really make a decision or a call on like what's gonna happen next. But yeah, it's just kind of like a little back and forth talking about like the specific details and what really happened and if they're real or not. It's just at this point we don't really know. But this does get you to think that maybe Reina was not, she didn't really cheat on him. Maybe she had something else going on in her life that caused this whole situation to happen. So it's almost like right now it seems like he kind of wants to get back together, but I don't know. But it does seem that he is motivated to go and talk to Reina instead of just like completely avoiding her. So yeah, and that's kind of where we're leading off to the next chapter, is Yuta building up the confidence and going and reaching out to Reina to talk to her about the whole situation in its totality. So yeah, like what I really don't care for in this chapter is how Shinohara is kind of like not shafting herself out of the story, but it seems like she's putting Reina first. I mean, I guess that's fine and all, and it's good because it's probably like the smart decision to do, but it just feels kind of weird, especially if she's like gunning to get together with Yuta. I don't really know, man. She doesn't really seem like she's not acting like she made the wrong decision to like convince him to go talk to Reina. But yeah, it's just from the chapters before, it almost seemed like she was a little apprehensive of her, or it was like she was a little jealous. So yeah, man, we'll just see how this whole thing develops. It just seems like Shinohara's character, like Mayu's character, is just a little all over the place right now. Like, we get a little bit of like their internal monologues, but not that much. And not on the stuff that like really matters, like their motivations or like why they're doing stuff. But yeah, hopefully we get more of that, because I do like the whole concept of the girlfriend breaking up because of some type of situation and then trying to get back together. I do like that concept, but I just don't want to see this particular series turning into like a harem-esque thing, because I don't know, man, it just feels like this is one of the more quote-unquote real stories that's been made in the past few years, but it's not really, because it's whatever shonen, and yeah, but it's close enough. It's close enough, and it could be perceived as like a real situation, real scenario. So we'll just kind of see how it goes on. At this rate, the way that the chapters are flowing, I don't know how long of a shelf life it really has, because it seems like there's a lot of development and there's a lot going on that's just not really being like covered on, and it doesn't really seem like there's a clear direction where the story's going. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass, but like, I'm just trying to think like what's gonna happen later on in the series. Like, I don't really know, man. I think what's probably gonna happen is the next few chapters, Yuta's gonna go like confront Reina, and then he learns about the whole story, what happened. He's probably gonna be pissed off for a little bit, and then maybe they get back together, and then Shinohara gets a little mad or something happens, man. I don't really know. Right now, direction of the story isn't very clear, but I do like the concept. So I guess we'll just see how the story like progresses going forward. But right now, we'll just kind of keep tabs with it. And if something interesting happens, I'll keep updating on the series. But yeah, I mean, that's really about it. And yeah, if you have any suggestions of other series, because I'm always looking for stuff to read. I'm reading like, I don't know, maybe 18, 20 things right now. So I just kind of keep up with that. I just don't feel like really doing One Piece on the channel, because it's like, One Piece is One Piece. It's like, it is what it is, bro. But another series I was considering was maybe doing Grand Blue, because Grand Blue's about to end. I don't really like Temple, but Grand Blue's really good. Reading it for years. So I might do that. Also, Keiki's Best Girl. So, yeah, that's really about it for now. I'll catch y'all later, okay?